Should black people still be waiting on reparations? Well, let me ask these two questions. Should we receive reparations? And should we still be waiting on reparations? Now, to answer the second question, should we be paid reparations? Of course. I believe we should be compensated, you know, for the things that have happened to us. I do believe that. But back to the first question, should we be waiting on reparations? I think that's a different story. I'm not the one to put my livelihood in somebody else's hands, especially if it's based in them owing me. Like, we're gonna bring this to real life right now. We're gonna bring this to real life. We shouldn't be in the position where we're waiting on someone to pay us in order for us to move forward. You know, that shouldn't be the biggest highlight as black people in the black community. As far as waiting for reparations, that's my firm belief. I'm not going against the fact that they owe us money or someone owes us money for, I'm not going against that. But what I am saying is that us waiting is not doing us a service. Again, it's not doing us a service, and it's showing us, and it's showing the world, it's showing America that we can't move on our own. We can't do on our own. We can't make things happen on our own. It shows that we're dependent. It shows that we're still in this victim mindset. To be completely honest with you, that's how it looks to me. Because we keep saying, when you gonna pay us? When you gonna pay us? You owe us, you owe us. You act like they don't know. Like, we keep singing the same song over and over and over as if they haven't heard it the first time, or as if they don't know. They know. They just don't want to pay. For whatever reason, they don't want to pay. So again, my original question is, should we be waiting for reparations? And my firm answer is no. I wouldn't be sitting here waiting on reparations in order to move the ball forward, in order to, get done what we have to get done for us. We can't be waiting. That holds us back. That doesn't do anything for us. It's like somebody owes you some money. You lend your partner some money, or somebody just randomly owe you some money. Somebody just owe you some money for a service that you did, service that you rendered. You got a business and you did some work on somebody's house and they owe you some money. And you say you're not going to do any more houses, you're not going to do any more work, you ain't going to do anything else until this person pays you. Now you done stopped your whole business. You done stopped everything you got going on. You done stopped all your forward progress. You done stopped all your forward movement because this one individual owes you money. You see how we sound? We don't want to move the ball forward because somebody else owes us money. And like, you go to a lot of black groups and all these things, and the first thing, or the main topic point is reparations, reparations, reparations. It's almost like we always looking for free money. Like, granted, I get that somebody owe us. I get that. But damn, can we put our heads together and just go get some money, go make some money? And then when we get the reparations, what we going to do with them? Y'all act like we're going to be on one accord and unity to do something to move us forward together. No, we not. And quit the line if y'all say we are. We not. You know we not. As soon as that money comes, that money going to be gone. Again, as soon as that money comes, that money going to be gone. See, the government might as well just give it to us. Because I tell you now, 2/3 of us going to spend it. They're going to get it right back. The government and them folks who they're going to get it right back. They might as well give us the money. They might as well. Because they think we going to be doing some building and some unity. Ha, that's funny. In a perfect world, I wish we could. But the world that we living in, that's a good joke. That's not going to happen. So what I'm saying is why is we waiting? Why are we waiting to say, oh, they owe us money so we could start? They owe us money so we could do this. They owe us money we could do that. Why don't we put our heads together? We intelligent. We bright. We done survived all this up to now. To me, I think it's just another excuse we pull out our ass in order to justify why we don't have no forward progress. To be completely honest with you, I think it's just another excuse we pull out our ass for the reason why we have no forward progress. Cause I don't see why we can't put our heads together to make something happen. I don't see why. We can't at least try. I don't see why we still waiting on somebody who owe us money for us to move forward. We done gave them the power. If we waiting on them to give us money, then we gave them the power. We said, hey, America, you stronger than us. Hey, America, you control everything. Hey, America, we waiting on you to give us some money so we can do what we got to do. And America like, oh, we owe you money? And you waiting on us to pay you? Guess what? Since y'all waiting on us to pay y'all so y'all can do what y'all need to do, I'm going to just wait. I'm going to just hold out some more. I'm going to just hold out. Cool, why would I give you some money? You waiting on me so you can do good. Ha ha. That's how it really sounds. I said, I'm not going against the fact that we are owed some money. I'm not going against that. But what I'm going against is us continuously waiting, us continuously asking. That's starting to look like begging. I firmly believe our reparations is going to come in different forms. It might not come from the people who directly owe us. It's just like you waiting on an apology or you waiting on respect from somebody who disrespects you. Sometimes that respect ain't going to come from them people. Sometimes respect going to come from people you don't even know. You so looking at the person who hurt you to start respecting you, or the person who hurt you to say I'm sorry, when it's a million other people who's willing to respect you. So we keep looking at these folks to give us some money when there's a whole bunch of other folks who'll give us some money if we just have some forward progress. You waiting on this nigga to give you $100 when you can put your heads together and you gonna get $1,000. Now I did some research and I said, hypothetically, if America was to give us reparations today, how much would we receive? And they came out with three different scenarios. The first scenario, the payout would be $285,000, and they said the explanation was this figure is a middle ground estimate based on a mix of unpaid slave labor, stolen generational wealth, redlining, discrimination, and incarceration. 10 trillion isn't an arbitrary number. Economists and scholars often cite this as a starting point to close the black-white racial wealth gap with white racial wealth gap, which is approximately $846,000 per family, which calculates out to $285,000 per person. And their breakdown was 10 trillion divided by 35 million is $285,000 per person. That's a good chunk of change. Again, that's a good chunk of change. We could do a lot with that if we work together. But individually, it's not a whole lot we can individually do. But what? Buy a house, buy some cars, send kids to school. But if we don't have no 5-year, 10-year plan individually, if you don't have no 10-year, 15, 20, 30-year plan for that money, it's going to be gone like that. And if we don't have no collective plan, it's going to be gone like that. To the point where we ain't going to have nothing to really show for it. Like I say, folk going to say, oh, $250,000 is a lot. Yeah, $250,000 is a lot if you plan it out. If you know what you're strategically doing for it. If you have delayed gratification for it. But if you instantly looking to go buy some toys, some trinkets, some cars, down payment on the house, and you don't really need these things and a dire need for these things, and these things are going to bring you back more income in the future, What we really doing? Again, what we really doing? That was the first scenario. The second scenario was 85. No, I'm sorry. The second scenario was $400,000 per person. The research was based off Dr. William Darity from Duke. He believes $14 trillion would be enough to completely eliminate the racial wealth gap between black and white Americans. This payout is not just about correcting the past injustice, but equipping black Americans to build real wealth, buy homes, start businesses, and invest for future generations. And this was from William Darity from Duke University. And it was the same calculations. 14 trillion divided by 35 million is $400,000. And like he explained, equipping black Americans to build real wealth, buy homes, start businesses, and invest in future generations. I believe in all that if we unifiedly come together. And if you do it individually, you have to have a game plan, or else that money is going to go in the wind. So I say, are all black Americans or black Americans who are screaming for reparations, are you screaming for reparations now to fix the economic status that you're in now and not the future? Or are you focused on the future? Because if you focused on fixing your economic status right now, that money ain't going to do nothing for you. I'm sorry to tell you, that money ain't going to do nothing for you. It's going to make you comfortable now that you done paid some bills, that you may have done this and done that. But now it's gone. So you done got the 400,000. You ain't think about your ancestors before you. And you ain't think about the ones coming after you. You just thought about your economic status right now, what you could do to ease your pain right now. But you're not thinking about your kids, your kids, your kids, kids. You think about that Escalade. You think about these clothes. You think about these cars. You think about these houses that you could buy right now to ease your pain, to make you feel good. But you want the one in the field. That's why I believe we get reparations. It's not for us. It's not for the actual person whose name is on that check. No, it's for the future. It ain't for us. Cause like I said, what we gonna do? We wasn't necessarily the ones in the field. We catching some of the backlash, but we wasn't the ones in the field. Granted, we still undergoing some systematic things, but they paying us the payment, but we wasn't the ones who got the injustice upon necessarily directly. No, that's why I believe that money needs to be pushed towards the future. It needs to be pushed for something that we can look at for the future kids, for the future generations, not for us. But they don't want to hear that. I firmly believe that money ain't for us. It's like you get $1 million and you go blow it and then you forget about your kids. Your kids got to have a life. Your kids. Now here's the third scenario. $85,000 per person. They say this is a more conservative and politically realistic estimate. And they said this is what would be proposed if reparations were passed in a limited way. And their breakdown was $3 trillion divided by 35 million black people, $85,000 per person. And this is not based off of economic study. This is not based off of personal studies or anything of that sort. They just said realistically, if something were to pass through the government, this is how much we would probably receive: $85,000. Now let's take 85,000. What can you do with $85,000 realistically? Realistically right now, what could you do with $85,000 that does not involve material items that we could come up with that'll make us excited? That's what we need to focus on. If you think about $85,000 and how you can only fix your status right now, then I don't even want to say you don't deserve reparations, but what's the point? Because like I said at the beginning, you just giving them back the money. We get $85,000. You're not thinking about your kids, kids, future generations, how we could build wealth, how we could do this, come together, whoa, whoa. If you ain't thinking on that type of timing, you might as well just sign that check right on back to them. Cause that's what you about to do. You about to go buy a car, you about to go buy some clothes, you about to go buy a down payment on the house, and you about to get them the money right back. You about to get them the money right back. And that's why I say, as black people waiting on reparations, we shouldn't be waiting on them. Cause what we waiting on them for? We either waiting on them to buy some shit, or we either waiting on them to build. And I firmly know, I don't even have to guess. I don't even have to beat around the bush. I know a lot of us is not waiting on reparations to come together in order to build. It's a small few of us who really is on that type of timing. And the rest of the people, I believe they just want reparations so they can go spend it. They're not thinking about their ancestors that was in the field, where if they had reparations and they did right with the money, we wouldn't be in the position we in now. That's where I'm coming at. Is if slaves got off that field, got off that plantation, took some money that they was probably given as reparations and built farmland, did this, did that, did that, did that, where would we be financially? Where would we be as a social, status right now in America? And we need to think on that type of timing if we get reparations in order to set that same foundation that our ancestors would have set for us. So we would be in a different position. I firmly believe that's what we need to do if we get reparations, not be spending it on us. But hey, let me know what y'all think. It's your favorite cousin Rich. Y'all be safe out there. Love and blessings.